Welcome. This is Jane Gardner, and welcome to Solopreneur Success Strategies. Today on Solopreneur Success Strategies, it's all about your customer. So, we are talking today about your customer and how to be a customer focused seller to your customer so that they know, like, and trust you and buy from you more. For those who don't know me, I'm Jane Gardner, and I work with my husband, our structural engineering firm, for the last 20 years over in our home business in Western Canada. And about 3 or 4 years ago, I came onto the internet to help others to learn how to start their own home business, or what some people call it an internet business now. And this is World Domination Wednesday, where I like to think of it as learning how to get your customers, to find your customers. We've already looked at, I'll tell you where in a minute. We've looked at defining who are your customers, and then how to get your customers, and how to keep your customers, how to give them a great customer experience. And then we went on to customer focused selling. And today we're going to be talking about customer focused sales page. Just very simply, I don't expect you to consider me an expert, but I think we're all aware that now customers have changed in terms of how to sell to them. And I've had a thing about traditional selling versus customer focused selling. So I better tell you where all this is. It's on my YouTube channel. You can find it easiest on my playlist of the channel under World Domination Wednesday. You can go through there and have a look at some of the ideas on concepts of how you should sell to a customer now. And it is at http://jgtips.com/YouTube. And if you don't know how to spell YouTube, that is YOUTUBE. So either that, or you can try and find it on my website, but you may not be able to find it there because I've been doing this for over a year, so there's quite a few episodes. So let's go on to customer focused sales page. And today I'm fairly laid back, so excuse me. But it's a holiday here, but I'm going to do it anyway because I believe you should learn a little bit more about how you should consider how you're going to be talking to your customer on your sales page. Because I've been talking about previously that it's changed in terms of traditional selling versus customer-focused selling. Now that the customer has many choices of the ways that they go and find your business, as well as decide whether they want to buy your product or service, whether they want to actually come to your office, whether they want to buy it online, whether or not they trust you enough to buy it online. All these kind of things are decisions that the customer has to make. And now, of course, they have many ways to make that decision, from a smartphone to a tablet to an iPad to your desktop to going to a retail store or your office, your home office. So you've got to start thinking about yourself and put yourself in your customer's shoes. I think I said that in a previous episode. And now you're going to write like you were the customer. So let's have a look. In the world of today's marketing, there's little room now for bright red fonts and tricky language and loud selling salesperson's videos on sales pages. Not only is it possible to write effective sales copy without twisting the truth, it's essential to do so now, because the customer now has many ways to verify what you're saying. Obviously, with the internet and all the equipment they can use to check you out. Customers today have been marketed to for years, and they're wise enough to recognize hype. So don't be hypey. So we're going to talk about some of the ways that you can create a sales page that talks to your customer and isn't hypey. So we're going to talk about writing your customer's focused sales page. What you want to do first, of course, is figure out what your customer needs to know on your sales page, of course. On a sales copy tells the reader what they need to know about the product. And the best sales copy answers their questions before they have a chance to even ask them. So you have to know your product or service inside and out and think like your customer. I didn't put a slide like that. I should put a slide. Maybe I'll do a quote. Think like you are the customer. That's awkward. Maybe think like you are. Think like the customer. Good copy doesn't just describe features, but also outlines the tangible benefits these features offer the customer. For example, you don't just list the features of your product. You list the benefits of how your product will improve the customer's life. What is the return on investment for your customer in terms of how will your product improve the customer's life? Since you're trying to drive home the results of your product in your reader's mind, you need to show them evidence to back up your claims about how your product improves your customer's life. Sales copy should be written in a conversational way, not shouting at them, obviously, and should be written like you were talking to them like as a friend. That's not stiff. It's not stiff, it's not formal, it's not exaggerated either, because they can see the exaggeration, and certainly if you exaggerate something, they'll be very doubtful. Finally, make it easy to scan. Our time now is very limited now that we have the internet, and we have many things we need to focus on. So make your sales page easy to scan. Put in bullet points, put in quick testimonials, put in quick video outlining the benefits of the product. Make it easy for the customer to make a decision. The reader should be able to skim through the text and get the gist of it and make a decision just from looking at the information. So honest sales copy, very important. So to make a list of the benefits and features of your product or service. So this is how you make some honest sales copy. So the first thing you do, if you want to create some honest sales copy, you go and you make a list of the benefits and features of your product or service. Then you make a list of potential sources for proof of those benefits, whether it's from your existing customers or elsewhere. So you want to show, social proof, whether it's from other customers or whether it's from another website, or you want to have some statistics about the need for your product or service, all kinds of proof. Make a list of the potential sources for proof of your benefits and how you'll help them improve their life. Then explain your product or service to at least 2 friends who fit your customer market and see what they think. Get their feedback. See what they think about your sales copy. Do they understand it? Do they get intrigued enough to think about actually purchasing it from your sales copy? Maybe get some feedback on the positive and negative things they feel your sales copy are delivering. Let's make sure they're honest. Friends, family don't do that. They say, "Oh, it's wonderful, dear." They don't understand. So you need a couple of people who may want your service or product and know how it would improve their life if they could have that product or solution that you have there. Take notes on what you need to explain more clearly. Get their feedback. see if they understand everything that you are saying. If they don't, then you better try and figure out a way to say it clearly, easily, and concisely, and simple. Because remember, people read to scan. They don't have the time to go through it again. Then you can create an outline of the order in which you will present your sales copy. And then, of course, you write your drafts of your sales page, and write a first draft and read it out loud and see how it flows. Maybe go to your 2 friends again and ask them what they think and whether they understand what you're actually offering and what the benefits and service of it is, and whether or not they feel the impulse to actually buy it themselves. Get their feedback and write another draft and see how it flows. And then you can go create a sales page and test it. Take it out into the wide world of the internet and test it by maybe doing some split testing on your text, maybe split testing some colors of the button. Split testing, if you don't know what split testing is, that's one of these internet marketing things that are the ways that you learn how you have successful sales copy. By doing you could do it yourself very crudely like this. You could create 3 sales pages of the same, selling the same product. Just change the text on each of them, just one section, and then you could send out an email to your clients or customers. You could segment your customers into maybe 3 sets, not knowing who they are, of course. So you're just doing a random test, and send a third of your customers to one sales page, a third to the second sales page, and a third to the third sales page, and see how many people actually buy from each of those different sales pages. And of course, the sales page that has more customers buying is more successful, and you would go with that sales page. So that's a simple way to do a split test. And of course, there are many ways of softwares that you can use to split test your sales page. But the first thing that you have to remember is that your customer is the focus of your sales page. Pretend you are the customer. Pretend you have the problem, or you have the desire for whatever it is. For example, that looks like a golf course. So if someone wants to get the best putter there is, and you've got the solution, then you have to ask yourself, what kind of benefits would they want in order to have the best putter? And the return of investing their money into your product and service. Will they get their return? Will they get their solution? Will they get their ability to solve that problem? So just put yourself into the mind of your customer. Think like your customer. I think I'm going to make a quote out of that one because I forgot. So think like your customer. That's the easiest way. Look at what their problems are, and you have the solution. So ask yourself, what would they say if they came to your sales page and read what you had to say? Would they be thinking in their mind, I think he might have the solution, or I think she might have the solution. If not, you'll find out soon enough. So we always have to remember to be focused on our customer. Now they have many ways to make a decision and many ways to do that. So remember, whatever you do design, make sure it is compatible with a smartphone, iPad, desktop, easy to upload, easy to read, got a big button for buying, easy to sell, etc. This is Jane Gardner, and I'm not sure what we'll be doing next week, if anything, but if not, it'll be a summary, and I'll be having the archive set up, I don't know, soon. Thanks for listening. It's Jane Gardner.